Mockingjay was more uniquely sort of suited for the splitting of the book because there were two very distinct stories there, whereas Catching Fire was more of a contained story. Mockingjay 2 definitely had two separate themes, two separate dramatic questions. You know, one was being, you know, will we get Peeta back? And then the second one being, you know, will we take down the Capitol or will I take down Snow?
It's really cool to experience the world of those books through someone else's eyes and have them guide you through their version of the world. And it's even cooler for me, as I was saying earlier, like, it's kind of awesome to not be there all the time because you have the experience of, I read it, I built elements of it, but I didn't see every day of every scene. So you still get to, when you go to set, get blown away by the set construction or watch the film and experience it for the first time as if you didn't work on them. That's really cool for me to be able to see it through both perspectives.
We had all these really fantastical makeup sheets, tear sheets up everywhere, and just said, take this and go crazy with it. You know, like, we like this eye, now create something similar to that, but the whole face to go with that. Or, you know, we just said, please feel free. I mean, we had this one artist who was absolutely amazing. He could tear up a paper cup and make eyelashes
and make something out of it.
It was like, he was insane. He did so many cool makeups.
Yeah,
he
so
tore up
talented.
Brushes and feathers and
with a great attitude.
Pieces of fabric and just did all
we
these
ran out of materials.
crazy things.
We ran out of eyelashes is what happened.
Yeah.
He said, well, I'll just do this. Walk. You know.
I mean, he did some of the coolest makeups ever, just out of these crazy bits and pieces of things that he had. It was amazing.
I wanted to be as honest as Suzanne was in the writing of the books. The trick is suddenly in a movie format, and now you have a ratings board, is it's very easy to cross over into the R-rated territory, and suddenly you're alienating the key audience for the books and for the movies.
It was literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the entire process of making these films.
It's like maybe not a large thing, but when you have such a movie of such activity and action, and somebody's sweaty and dirty, and then suddenly they're clean and perfect, you're thinking, well, where did that transition happen? So it's a lot to try to keep track of those things and make sure that they are contiguous. So,
and not to mention the fact that sometimes they'll cut out scenes in the movie.
Yeah, right.
And you wonder, why do they look like that? What happened, you know?
But there was a moment where we sort of felt like we had, and you still feel it in the scene, but there was more of a, they actually talked about Plutarch at the end of the scene after he finished reading the letter before talking about going home. And when they were talking about Plutarch, we were writing it as them talking about Phil. And so in the scene, they were actually talking about Phil, but it was imagining it was Plutarch. And it was very cool, and you can still feel it in the scene. It just didn't end up working in the movie, and we ended up cutting that out. But that was absolutely an intention with that scene.